Hey listeners, it's Tim. Can I just grab a quick minute before the show starts? As you've probably heard, Top Music Live, our dynamic 2-day in-person conference for music teachers, is being held in Sydney during the Term 2 Australian school holidays over the 15th and 16th of April 2026. Our presenters have now been announced: Dr. Anita Collins, yours truly, Elisa Milne, Samantha Coates, Rebecca Stewart, Mark Matthews, Paul Myatt, Amber Hammond. The list goes on. It is an incredible lineup, and I just cannot wait to share this experience with you. This innovative event is unlike any other conference you've attended, unless you came to Piano Pivot Live in 2020, of course. We'll have amazing keynotes, interactive workshops, live on-stage teaching demonstrations, and opportunities to connect with fellow educators, all in a welcoming, relaxed atmosphere with full catering. See the complete 2-day schedule and book your ticket now at topmusiclive.com.
Something that was said to me probably towards the beginning of my teaching career, so nearly 40 years ago, was that you cannot expect a child's attention, you have to earn it. And that was way before anyone had heard of ADD. And it's so true, you do have to earn attention. And when you can see that that attention is waning for whatever reason, you have two options. You can either earn it back or you can roll with it.
You're listening to the Topcast, the original podcast for growth-minded instrumental music and voice teachers since 2015, with your host, Tim Topham. Our mission at Top Music is to empower instrumental music and voice teachers to find and nurture their innate creativity so that they can teach lessons that are innovative, integrated, and inspiring, and that will have a positive lifelong impact on their students. Join us each week as we interview teachers and creators from around the world and unpack fun and exciting ideas to maximize your teaching and studio business success. Hi teachers, welcome back to the Topcast. It's Tim here again, and today we get to hang out with the one and only Samantha Coates. If you haven't seen her present on stage or on a webinar, then you have missed out, I'm afraid. But you don't have to miss out for much longer because she is one of our keynote speakers at Top Music Live. And in today's episode, we are going to be diving into what she's going to be talking about. And look, it's going to be a really short episode because we just want to give you a little sneak peek. But before that, there's a couple of updates I want to share with you. Number one is this month is all about performing, performances, recitals, performance anxiety, and being stage ready, as you know. And we have tomorrow, if you are listening to this when it comes out, tomorrow is our spotlight with the one and only Noah Kageyama, talking about this practice and performing paradox where students do quite well in lessons and then can fall apart on stage, and how we can fix this. There is a way to fix it. There are lots of things we can do, and Noah Kageyama, the bulletproof musician, is the man with all the answers. So if you haven't already joined us, then make sure you go to topmusic.co/spotlight and get your $1 seat if you're not already a Top Music Pro member. If you're already a member, then don't stress about it. You will get access to it in the replay, if not live. Now, the other thing that we're releasing this month that we've never done before is we are releasing our Top Music Teacher's Guide to Fearless Performing. We have put together everything we know into an epic guide for you from all of the resources that we have, all about performing. And this is really in-depth. As you may remember, at the end of last year, we decided to wrap up our monthly magazine and instead turn to these epic guides that we're planning to try and release every 2 months or so because it takes so much work to put them together. So picture an ebook kind of format with everything that you could possibly need to know: tips, strategies, tactics, research, all of that, all about performing, performance anxiety, helping your students. And that is available now. If you want to find out more about that, it's over at topmusic.co/guide. Please go and check it out and download it if you are interested. All right, on to today's episode. I'll actually let Samantha introduce herself when I start the interview, and then we'll check back afterwards just to give you a couple of reminders before I sign off for today. So here we go. Let's meet and hang out with Samantha Coates. Samantha Coates, so great to connect with you briefly today. Thanks for coming.
It's such a pleasure, Tim. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, thank you. Well, look, I'm far more excited about the fact that you are one of our keynote speakers at Top Music Live in Sydney in April this year. And so I thought we better get you on quickly so we can share what you're going to be talking about for those people who are thinking about coming, or maybe they're coming already and we want to excite them even more. Just before that, though, in case there are people listening or watching who don't quite know who you are, can you give us a quick bio?
Yes, sure. I am the author and creator of BlitzBooks, which is a music education series that comprises of theory books and sight reading books and a repertoire series and a few other reference books as well. And actually, BlitzBooks is celebrating its 25th birthday this year. But mostly, I'm a piano teacher. I love teaching. That's my absolute passion. And I'm always trying to think up ways to engage my students. And that is pretty much what my session is about, actually. It's called Staying Ahead of Student Distraction. And I think student distraction is a huge issue in our teaching today. So it's worth having a few tips and tricks to fall back on when we're finding that our students are really not paying attention in their lesson.
And so there's been lots of talk over the last few years, 5-10 years, about moving off the bench for piano teachers, getting them on the floor, playing a game, getting the cards out, those kinds of things. Is that the kind of thing we're talking about, breaking up the lesson?
That's exactly what I'm going to be talking about, breaking up the lesson. Something that was said to me probably towards the beginning of my teaching career, so nearly 40 years ago, was that you cannot expect a child's attention, you have to earn it. And that was way before anyone had heard of ADD. And it's so true. You do have to earn attention. And when you can see that attention is waning for whatever reason, you have two options. You can either earn it back or you can roll with it. And you can see what is distracting them and riff on that a little bit. But mostly I'm going to be demonstrating activities that do get students off the bench, the activities that you can do in between the activities that you need to do in the lesson. So if you want to get through scales and arpeggios and 3 different pieces, I'm going to be talking about what you can do in between those to maximize engagement and attention.
And I'm hoping we're going to get some action from the audience as well. Is there going to be an ability for teachers to try things out or get involved somehow?
Most definitely. I will be relying on audience participation. I will be relying on volunteers, and if there are no volunteers, people will be volun-chosen.
I know from seeing you speak how great your presentations are, how engaging they are, so I know this will be the case for this one. And look, for these events, I always handpick the speakers, and you were right up there on my list, Samantha, because you spoke in my first event, 2020, Piano Pivot Live, wowed everyone then, and I still remember some of the presentations I've seen you give even in other countries on various topics. You're always so fascinating and engaging. So I'm absolutely tickle pink that you'll be joining us, and I know our delegates will get so much value from you being there, and also being there in the afternoon too when we have our mastermind roundtables, when you'll be able to chat more deeply with Samantha about her topics if you'd like to. Now, 2 last quick questions. What do you hope teachers will get out of it?
I hope that they will come away with activities that they can implement straight away. Just to think, I'm going to do that with my student when I can see that they're looking like. Usually when they get distracted, it's because whatever they're concentrating on is starting to become too much for them for whatever reason. So they do need some other way of being engaged, and then they can be brought back to that activity. So I'm going to demonstrate a few props, and I'm going to talk about a few really great activities that just work in between all those others. So I'm pretty sure that, what I hope is that teachers will just think, yeah, I'm going to use this tomorrow in my lesson with blah, 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 who's always distracted.
That's so good. That's what we want. That's what I'm asking all of our presenters to give delegates, is that takeaway that you can just go, bang, I'm just going to use that. So, Samantha, thank you so much for that. I did say I had 2 questions for you. The last one's really a statement, because you mentioned your 25th birthday of BlitzBooks, which is amazing, by the way. Huge congratulations. And do you want to give everyone a sneak peek, because we're going to be able to celebrate it on the Thursday of the conference?
We are going to celebrate it, and there's going to be a big Blitz birthday cake, which is going to be yummy. And there might also be a few other little freebies as well. It's a bit like, that old tagline they used to see in commercials. It's our birthday, but you get all the presents.
We love giving things away, and that's what this event is all about. Sharing, giving stuff away, and being part of a community. So if you'd like to come and spend some time with Samantha, head over to topmusiclive.com. we would love for you to get your tickets. We do have a limit to the amount of space we have because we have this roundtable format and a very engaged audience. We've got a venue that can only have a certain capacity. So please get your tickets really, really soon. Samantha, I cannot wait to hang out with you in April. Thanks for having a quick chat with me today.
Thanks, Tim. It's been a joy.
Well, that's it for the show this week. I hope you enjoyed catching up with Samantha Coates. She's obviously been on webinars before with us. She spoke at my event in 2020. She has done all sorts of workshops and things. So she's, I know, very much loved around top music teachers. And I do hope that hearing a taste of what she'll be talking about on the Thursday of our conference, you'll consider coming along. If you'd like to see a video of what our past conferences are like, how cool they are, how dynamic, innovative and unusual in some ways they are compared to perhaps some of the other conferences you might have been to, then just head over to TopMusicLive.com. You can scroll down, there's a bit video there at the top, which will give you a great feeling of what lies in store for you when you join us in April. So it's April 14th and 15th. Grab your ticket now, TopMusicLive.com. And I'll speak to you again next time. Have a great week. How do you keep up to date with all the latest trends and research into music education? How do you connect with other teachers around the world and make sure your teaching stays fresh and relevant for students of all ages and stages both now and into the future? I created our Top Music Pro membership to be the one-stop shop for music teaching resources, training, support and community, and I'd love for you to come and join us inside. With over 40 comprehensive training courses, hundreds of teaching demonstrations and lesson plans, free monthly sheet music, discounts and all the business and pedagogy support you could ever need, Top Music Pro is the community you've been looking for. If you're ready to level up your learning from the podcast and join thousands of other teachers in our global network, head over to topmusicpro.com today. If you enjoy this show and want to hear more of our work, be sure to subscribe to this podcast wherever you're listening today. For links and resources mentioned in this episode, visit us at topmusic.co/podcast or check out the show notes. I'm Tim Topham. Thank you so much for listening. Enjoy your week ahead, and I'll catch you next time.